With spring just around the corner, it's time to lighten up our menu. And Watermere at Southlake shows us how to eat healthy this spring season. Prime starts now. Welcome to Prime. I'm Paige Stafford. Today we have brought some luxurious dining into our studio for a taste of some spring cooking. I want to welcome Laurie, Lilly, Chef Pedro, Toledo, and Sous Chef Green. This all looks so beautiful. We'll get to it in a minute, but first I want to talk about life at Watermere. Laurie, can you tell us more about that?
Sure. Well, I can tell you that you take the word retirement and you throw it right out the window. Watermere rests on 60 acres of beautiful land. Our villas and condos are surrounded by beautiful Texas native perennials. We have all types of wildlife. We also, bright and early, we can hear the sounds of a rooster crowing.
Oh, really?
Yes, you can. And our homeowners there love to get up bright and early and possibly go to the walking trail, walk around the campus. We have an absolutely beautiful clubhouse and a state-of-the-art fitness center. So you can find them going to the fitness center and then possibly going over to the Stonebridge Cafe. And Pedro, can you tell them a little bit about your offerings there as we step into the Stonebridge Cafe?
Sure. Well, first of all, Paige, I would like to thank you for having the opportunity to be here. You know, we can show you what we do. Let's start with breakfast. We do have a breakfast 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, and we have a cook that he does everything a la carte, basically, and everything the residents would prefer to have. We try to move it into a buffet, which is probably in a couple weeks. We will try to bring it in.
So what kind of breakfast
do you
serve?
We have from omelets, pancakes, waffles, oatmeal, and we also have a healthy sides where we do smoothies. And we do some kind of fresh squeezed orange juice.
I would be at the omelet station for sure.
Great. And then we move in for lunch. We have lunch in La Mer, which is actually our fine dining restaurant in there.
But there are a couple of other cafes, the Stonebridge Cafe.
Stonebridge Cafe, you can stop in for a cappuccino.
Correct.
And just go on about your morning. And a little bit before, I wanted to interrupt there, because before you get to lunch, if you look at a day for a homeowner at Watermere, they would have a fitness class. We have fitness classes throughout the day. In the morning, they could participate in possibly yoga, and then get the appetite going and come right into lunch.
So it's a very active lifestyle at Watermere. What sets it apart from other active adult communities, do you think?
Well, I think just the fact that they have the opportunity to take advantage of whatever we may be offering. We don't really plan their programming or their activities. We look to our homeowners. We meet with them frequently to discuss, well, what would you like to do this week or this month? And they may choose to get a group together to go to the theater. They may choose to have an outing. They've even taken some trips to the horse races. And so we kind of look at the opportunities that they bring to us. We put out the flyers and make arrangements to allow them to participate.
So it's not a set schedule that they
absolutely not
have to participate in. It's
not
they come to you and say, you know, I think we want to go to the symphony tonight and get a group together.
We do.
Well, very neat. Okay, well, we have some spring salads that look beautiful and colorful, and I want to hear more about them.
Great. We created these signature salads. La Mer just did basic and the whole concept that we have, which is a low fat, low sodium.
Right.
And we created those dressings and vinaigrettes, infusing the flavors with natural fruits. So we can start from that side.
Yes.
We can start with that.
I have a feeling this might be my favorite.
Yes, it's actually toasted with lemon vinaigrette.
Okay.
Topping it with fresh green apples, have the little crunchy. And it's well balanced. It has feta cheese, and it has those candy pecans.
Right.
And grated tomatoes, and a little bit of chopped bacon in there, just to give it a little more cream cheese. And then the next one is the citrus jicama.
Ooh.
We're looking into in spring, try to get something the freshness. So it's toasted too with walnuts.
Heavy winter foods.
Yes, and we created an agave vinaigrette, and very, very tasty, and it has a little bit of citrus, making out of the grapefruit. So it's a really, really refreshing. And all these salads, you can create it as a main course.
Okay.
We offer 10 different entrees every week, so you can choose for one of them.
Okay.
We basically try to keep it on the low calories. You can get it with grilled salmon or the grilled chicken.
Okay, so you can kind of turn it into from a lunch salad into a dinner salad by adding chicken, fish. Okay.
Yes, and then the next one, it's Southlake Watermere salad, which is, we kind of twist it a little bit. We do it with a roasted jalapeno pistachio vinaigrette.
Ooh, that sounds
interesting. With hard palms and like a real crispy corn crouton in there, and a little bit of shredded Parmesan cheese, and we toast a little light. And again, I mean, you can convert that as in a dinner, as in a main course.
And don't forget to tell them about the dressings. That
That's what I was going to ask.
They're all, you make them from scratch. They're very healthy. You might talk a little bit about the ingredients there.
Right.
Well, where do you get the ideas for your dressings?
Just because we are low fat and low sodium, doesn't mean we do not have the really great meal there. See, we infuse in the flavors, as Laurie was mentioned. Like all those vinaigrettes, we use extra virgin olive oil, just to give it a little more flavors, but basically it's canola oil and a little bit of walnut oil.
Okay.
So they will give a little, like a different kind of flavor, but it's also, it's a good nutrient in it. And the next one, it's the baby spinach. Very simple salad. Residents love it. It's just toasted with apple cider vinaigrette, real light. And then roasted onions, roasted bell peppers, gorgonzola cheese, and a little bit of bacon.
So, and I see some anchovies there.
Right.
I'm a Watermere homeowner, and I am not fond of anchovies. Can you all cater to the order, or do you just have a set menu?
Actually, you know what? You can substitute for anything. Brandon, by the way, is my sous chef. He's the man in charge when I'm not there. He's made sure the food meets all the quality standards. And he can also tell you, I mean, based on his experience that he has with the residents, talking about the specific salads.
And some people change their salads up however they want to. Some people want anchovies on the jicama salad. So, I mean, we can change it up however they want to. They don't have to have it on a particular salad, So you have
to be very flexible.
Yes.
Tell us about the last one. Then you're going to show us one. Right.
Okay. We call it wedge iceberg. Our residents really love it. We cannot taking that out of the menu. It's a little different. We actually make a gorgonzola champagne vinaigrette because they love the ranch, traditional ranch. So I wanted to make it a little more healthy. So I use a little bit of walnut oil to infuse flavors in there, and a little bit of fresh carrots, and little cucumbers, and walnut candies in there. And we just drizzle a little bit on top. Basically, they really love it with dressing on the sides. We can also offer in all those salads with dressings on the side.
Oh, okay, great. Well, show us what you have here.
Okay, well, we have...
This is my absolute favorite.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You want to go ahead and toast it a little bit so you can show it?
This is our spring mixed green salad. We take our fresh spring mixed greens. We have some dried fruit of cranberries, golden, dark yellow raisins. We have our caramelized pecans, julienne sliced red onions, some crumbled up gorgonzola cheese, and our beets here that have been roasted off red. I was
going to ask what they are. Okay.
Yes. Very good, very healthy, a good alternative. So toss it all together in the bowl. We have a pickled ginger pear vinaigrette.
Wow.
And we make this as well in-house.
I think the dressing makes any salad. It really does.
And they're so very light, and so the taste of the items in the salad really
Yeah,
come
that complements
through.
it all together.
Paige, you will also ask me about what will be sets difference from the other communities. We change menus every week.
Oh, wow, okay.
Okay, we change from 8 to 10 different entries every week.
Wow, that's great.
And that will make us different from the other communities.
Okay. I want to make sure we have time to get to our appetizers and our entrees.
Let me. We did this on Valentine's. We do it watermelon, watermelon cucumber. It's a little bit of tequila in there and a little bit of kick.
Ooh, okay.
And we call it shooters. And
I'm a little
we
scared
also
to
have
try it.
the kiwi midori. We put it on top of it. We marinate it a little bit. We call it chimichurri. So when you really take a little sip, and taste it, all those flavors, they really explode.
Well, they're beautiful.
Kind of create it a little bit. So.
And we were trying to figure out whether you just eat the shrimp and then you have a little cocktail.
And then you shoot it, yeah.
Want to taste one?
Right?
I'll sip on it while you tell me about dinner at Watermere.
Let me explain these two different main courses. We change 10 different entrees every week. And going back into our concept at Watermere, Southlake, we try to prepare everything with low fat, low sodium. But in the meantime, we try to balance all those nutrients in it. We have whole wheat couscous, kind of like a Mediterranean style. We choose infuse the flavors with natural herbs, a little bit of olive oil, vegetables from spring, a little bit of great tier tomatoes, and we syrup our real nice, beautiful piece of sea bass with a little bit of olive oil and some kind of little spices to get and explode with all the flavors together. And we make how we call a blood orange sofrito cruda salsa, which is kind of like a real refreshing, kind of like a tropical. So, but it's part of our spring. So it's just marinated a little bit with olive oil and a little bit of citrus.
Beautiful. What I love about spring is that just the color it brings to every meal. It really is refreshing.
Yes, and then we have a domestic rack lamb, which is marinated with fresh herbs, fresh thyme, garlic, olive oil. Sprinkle a little bit with plain breadcrumbs, sear it, and you just finish in the oven slowly. And then we have, we choose to call J blend risotto, which is a few grains mixed, put in together, which is a bamboo rice and a little bit of bamboo, baby garbanzo.
Okay.
And then we had a roasted root vegetables and a little bit chimichurri.
Well, it all looks delicious. And of course, you can learn more about Watermere at Southlake by visiting their website, watermere-at-southlake.com, or you can call 817-748-4000. I want to thank Laurie, Chef Pedro, and Brandon for being here today. And you can always learn more about Prime on our website on primetv.com, or you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. I'm Paige Stafford, and thanks for joining us.